What if the condemned souls of the past still wander the halls of Eastern State Penitentiary? This Philadelphia landmark isn't just a historic relic, it's a chilling enigma. Erected in the early 19th century, it holds the echoes of 1,000 stories within its stone walls. Known as one of America's most haunted places, it's a testament to a past filled with dread and despair. Its haunting reputation only grows with each passing year, fueled by chilling encounters and eerie tales. Prepare yourself to journey through its chilling history. Eastern State Penitentiary, a structure birthed in 1829, was a symbol of a new era in penal reform. From its conception, the prison was a pioneer, breaking away from the traditional and stepping into the unknown. The innovative hub-and-spoke design inspired by the Age of Enlightenment was meticulously planned and built. This architectural marvel sprawled out like a menacing wheel, with cell blocks radiating from a central hub, a design intended to facilitate surveillance and control. It was here that the concept of solitary confinement took on a whole new meaning. The penitentiary believed in the power of isolation as a means of penance, a stark departure from the bedlam of overcrowded prisons. Prisoners were kept in cold stone cells, deprived of human contact, left alone with their thoughts, their guilt, their demons. The silence was deafening, the loneliness unbearable. But with innovation came unprecedented torment and despair. The prison's harsh conditions and solitary confinement led to madness and inevitably, death. The walls of the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia could tell 1,000 tales of sorrow, despair, and torment. It's as if the very bricks have absorbed the pain of the inmates who were once confined within them. Documented records tell us that more than 1,000 prisoners lost their lives within these walls. But the deaths that remain most chilling are the ones that came not from disease or old age, but from the prisoner's own despair. Suicides were not uncommon, as the isolation and brutal conditions drove many to the edge. There are stories of men found hanging in their cells, their faces a mask of despair. Others were discovered with self-inflicted wounds, a testament to the unbearable suffering they endured. Then, in the year 1971, the prison's heavy iron gates swung shut for the last time. The once bustling penitentiary fell silent, left to decay and crumble under the weight of its own dark history. The cells that once echoed with the sounds of clanging metal and muffled cries were now eerily silent. The only sound was the wind whistling through the broken windows, carrying with it the faint, chilling whispers of the past. As the years passed, the prison's stone walls began to crumble, and nature started to reclaim its territory. Ivy crept up the walls and trees sprouted in the courtyards. But beneath the veneer of decay, the prison retained its chilling aura. The atmosphere was heavy, laden with a sorrow that seemed almost tangible. It was as though the building itself was mourning its violent past. And now, as we walk through these haunted halls, we can't help but feel a chill creeping up our spines. The air around us feels thick, charged with the residual energy of 1,000 tormented souls. The echoes of their despair seem to reverberate through the corridors, a haunting reminder of the prison's past. The prison's gloomy corridors seem to echo with the despair of its past. The Eastern State Penitentiary stands today as a chilling monument to a time of cruelty and isolation, its haunted halls whispering tales of sorrow and despair. With such a dark past, it's no surprise that Eastern State Penitentiary is rife with tales of the supernatural. It's in the whispers that dance through the cold stone corridors, and in the sudden chills that creep up your spine. It's in the unexplained shadows that flit across the walls, and the ethereal figures that seem to vanish as quickly as they appear. The penitentiary is alive with stories of the supernatural, each one more chilling than the last. Take, for instance, the tale of a locksmith who, during a restoration project, had a bone-chilling encounter. As he worked on a lock in cell block 4, he felt a forceful gust of wind followed by an out-of-body experience. He saw tormented faces appear on the cell walls, a vision so powerful that it left him paralyzed with fear. Then there are the countless reports of disembodied voices echoing through the halls. Visitors and staff alike have heard unexplained sounds, whispers, laughter, and even anguished cries. Some claim they've heard the faint strumming of a guitar, believed to be the ghost of Al Capone, who spent time at Eastern State and was known to play in his cell. And let's not forget the frequent sightings of a figure known as the Weeping Woman. Described as a sorrowful apparition, she's often heard crying in the distance. Her mournful sobs are so heart-wrenching that they've reduced hardened staff members to tears. There are also peculiar phenomena that defy explanation. Objects move of their own accord, doors slam shut with no one around, and lights flicker without reason. These occurrences unsettle even the most skeptical of visitors, leaving them questioning their understanding of the world. But perhaps the most unnerving of all are the stories of phantom touches. Individuals report feeling a cold hand brush against theirs, or a push from an unseen entity. These tactile encounters serve as chilling reminders that they are not alone. These stories continue to stir curiosity and fear, attracting paranormal enthusiasts from around the globe. Among the countless eerie encounters, a few stand out for their sheer terror. Take, for instance, the chilling tale of the infamous entity in cell block 12. This apparition is renowned for its spine-tingling laughter that echoes through the deserted hallways, a spectral sound which delivers an icy shiver to the core of anyone unfortunate enough to hear it. Then, there's the shadow figure in cell block 6. This isn't your ordinary shadow, oh no. This figure possesses a chillingly ethereal quality, darting around corners and disappearing into thin air, leaving a lingering sense of dread and unease in its wake. Even the most hardened skeptics have found themselves questioning their disbelief after a run-in with this elusive phantom. But perhaps the most terrifying tale of all is that of the ghostly faces seen in cell block 4. Witnesses claim to have seen faces materialize on the cell walls, contorted in expressions of torment and despair, only to fade away as quickly as they appeared. These tormented souls, it seems, are eternally bound to the prison, their anguish forever etched into the very fabric of the building. As we've seen, the walls of Eastern State Penitentiary hold more than just the echoes of the past. They seem to harbor restless spirits, forever trapped within its stone confines.